North Korea invaded South Korea, claiming self-defense in June 1950, and made rapid progress. By September 1950, they had not only captured Seoul, the capital, but they had forced the South Korean troops right back to the southeast corner of South Korea, known as the Pusan Pocket. America was very concerned at this rapid North Korean communist advance, particularly since China was now a communist nation. They went to the UN, and the UN declared that North Korea was indeed the aggressor and demanded that North Korea pull out of South Korea. This was ignored, and a UN force led by America was rapidly assembled. This was a UN force of 16 nations, but America committed most of the troops, and it was a American General MacArthur, who led the UN force. They landed in Incheon on the west coast of Korea in September 1950, and they too then made rapid gains. They caught the North Koreans by surprise. The North Koreans are pushed back. The UN force capture Pyongyang, the North Korean capital, and they go beyond that right up to the Chinese border. Now, Truman had initially wished to contain communism, but this was more than containment. The American forces had actually advanced into a communist country. China now was very alarmed and got involved. They sent 250,000 troops into North Korea, and that turned the tide in favour of the communists again, pushing the UN force back. Now, MacArthur wished to use the nuclear weapons at America's disposal. This was a turning point for Truman. He felt this was a step too far, and MacArthur was sacked, replaced by General Ridgway. It showed that Truman was only willing to go so far in this war, and he didn't wish to potentially start a Third World War, with the consequences now that both America and the Soviet Union had nuclear weapons. The UN forces gain control of the situation again by 1951, and the fighting from 51 to 53 is really centred around the 38th parallel, that border between North and South. In 1953, after 2 years of fighting, an uneasy truce is agreed between both sides.